Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. And thank you for tuning in and watching and listening to us. We are the Real Short Box Live. My name is Donald. And, of course, catty corner for me in the corner there, as always, is my fellow podcast compadre, Mr. Kevin. And just below me here is, as always, faithful special guest Chris Turner. Thank you for joining. Christopher D. Turner, always appreciated. He's an actor, director, producer, jack of all trades, really. And in the right-hand side of the screen here, I guess it would be there, is a new, actually, guest for the video podcast here on the Real Short Box. And this is actor, producer Pete Mendoza. And thank you for joining, Pete. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. I love watching you guys on this show.
Yeah, we love having you on in the chats and stuff, and we thought it was high time. Pete, you have a channel on YouTube where you do a bunch of reactions and video game walkthroughs and stuff like that. It's called Tens TARDIS, is that correct?
That's correct.
Tens TARDIS.
The number 10 and S TARDIS.
Okay, great. So Tens TARDIS, the number 10, S, and then TARDIS on his YouTube page. If you guys get a chance, please subscribe. That would be great. Pete does some really fun stuff. So when I get a chance, I don't always see everything, Pete, I'm going to be honest, but when it pops up in my feed, I'm like, oh, okay. And I give it a click, and I give it a little watch, and it's usually pretty fun stuff, I will say. Actually, it's always fun. I'm not going to lie. But
I watch all of your stuff.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Also,
I'm going to give you a hug.
Air hug.
There we go.
And also, Pete, just by the name of his podcast, you can tell, is one of the greatest fans of the sacred show Doctor Who.
I'm a Whovian loud and proud.
For life and beyond.
All right,
I still remember that. Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Go through your thing, and I'll mention just really quickly. I'm going to be doing stuff in the background, and they're going to have a little chat. And then we're going to get started here shortly, everybody. So tune in. Stay with us. Go ahead, Pete. You can say whatever you're going to say.
Oh, I was just remembering that time we went to Comic-Con in San Diego, and I got dressed like super early in the day, and you guys asked me where I was going, and I told you I was going to go see the doctor, and y'all asked me, like, well, what's wrong? Like, no, David Tennant, it was the Doctor Who panel.
Yeah. We Pete's a longtime friend of Kevin and myself, and Chris, for that matter, for a while now. We worked with Pete. That's how we met him, Kevin and myself, and he's a longtime Comic-Con attendee as well. We all usually try to go down together when we get time.
And you know what? It's going to be 3 years going into next year since we've been down there. But when we go back, it's going to be a very special time again.
Absolutely. Kevin and myself just went to a convention here this past weekend called TorpedoCon in Hollywood. And
yes, indeed.
It was nice. It was nice to be able to do that, you know?
It was a lot of fun. You know, we got to meet some old friends, you know, some of the vendors we've seen for probably the last 10 years or so. They were there. So it was good to reconnect with them, see how they're holding up during the pandemic. Some have been doing quite well, and some are just, you know, skating by.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you made various purchases yesterday over that con, so I know you came away very happy.
Yeah. I got really surprised with one thing in particular.
Oh yes, that's right. That was a very nice score, as they say.
When you when you purchase a book or a magazine, and you find a print inside, an original print, and then all three of the creators have signed the inside of the book and limited numbered it, and it wasn't an outrageous price. You got a decent deal, and you know, they had no idea about the signature, so you know, bonus for me.
It's a beautiful thing, you know. It's well deserved. You know, sometimes you do your research, you go from booth to booth trying to find the best deal, and eventually, when you do your due diligence, it pays off, and it paid off for you very well.
And gentlemen, I've posted in the social media for Facebook, so feel free to grab that link and share with your friends. Everybody joining us right now, thank you for joining. If you stick with us here on the live pod until the end, we are giving away a multitude of prizes tonight. The most prizes of any of the shows we've done in the past 3-4 weeks now. A lot of fun, really cool stuff that we're going to be giving away. I think I posted about that on Instagram and perhaps Facebook as well under the Real Short Box. You can check that out if you just want to take a quick peek at what the prizes will be, or if you want surprised. You stay till the end. We'll put you in the Wheel of Fun. It's a digital wheel that Kevin puts everybody's name in and it spins it. And if your name pops up and you win, you win. We'll ship you the prize that you have so well deserved. And, hope you enjoy. So stick with us on that. We have some people popping in now. I'm going to pull up the chat. Ricky's in. Hey, Ricky. Says, hey, gentlemen. Hey, Ricky. Thanks for joining.
What's up, Ricky?
Maria says, happy Monday, folks. Happy Monday, Maria.
Happy Monday, Maria.
And my mother says hi. Everybody say hi to my mom and dad.
Hi, Mother and
Hello.
Father McKinney.
Hi, Mom and Dad. And Sammy's here. Hey, Sammy. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. We will have a shot clock here where we'll be timing your guys' votes in the chats. You'll have a minute to vote each time, each round. We're going to be very quick as far as the descriptions because we have a lot to go through and very limited time. We want to keep this podcast as short as possible. We don't want to go over to where people on the East Coast are like, it was 5 in the morning when I went to bed. Don't want to do that. That's a little late for people. So we're going to try to be a little more minded about that, mindful, so to speak. Jarrett popped in. He says, we'll ship your pants. Yes, ship your pants? Ship your pants right now? Yeah, I love that Kmart ad when that came out. Holy crap, I'm dating myself. But that Kmart ad was friggin' amazing. Like, the best ad. Like, I just shipped my bed, and like, you have to just look it up. Ship my pants, ship the bed. Kmart ad on YouTube. It's killer. Trust me, guys.
Very clever. Very clever.
First thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to pop in here what we are talking about. I'm going to put that in the chat, and then I'm going to put that on the screen.
Does Kmart still exist?
I think barely, maybe?
Yeah, they're barely hanging on.
Maybe.
I think there's still one attached to Penn Station in New York, if I remember correctly.
I know, it's like a lot of our childhood stores are just dying off, man. Tower Records, Radio Shack. I mean, it's just crazy.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Certainly before that, Hollywood Video. But that's life, unfortunately. Things come
Fry's.
and go.
Circuit City.
Oh, good Lord. Circuit City. Yeah, Fry's we talked about before the show started. Yep.
Okay, so I just put in the chat. We have Splattered Frog Brewing. That is one of our sponsors. If you haven't noticed our hats here, Kevin and I's lovely hats for Splattered Frog. They are a sponsor of ours. They're a Texas-based brewery. They sell on their site, splatterfrog.com, where you can buy hats like these, shirts, and soon, probably in the next couple weeks, they'll have pint-sized glasses that you can purchase. And with the coupon code I put in the chat, which is called Shortbox, that's the coupon code, you save 20% off. So you can get a glass for $8. They'll ship it for $4. So you can get a pint-sized glass that says Splattered Frog on it, has the logo and everything, for $12 out the door. And they'll ship it right to your home. So you can't beat that. That's going to be coming next week, I believe, or the week after. They're going to have that available. But for now, you can get one of these awesome shirts that they have, or hats. Jesus, this isn't a shirt. If it was, I'd be wearing it on me, not on my head. That would look weird. But yeah, this is the trucker hat version. It's kind of netted and it's a little more breathable. It's got the flex fit inside, so it's really nice, really good quality. And you can get one of those hats with the coupon code for about $20. So it's cheaper than Disneyland, I'll tell you that much. And you can get a lovely shirt that they have the logo on there as well. And that's about $20 also. And you can get it in a multitude of sizes. If you can't find it in the size, they'll figure it out for you, no problem. But that's Splattered Frog Brewing. And we're going to talk a little bit more about them later. And really quickly, I'm going to put up the other site. It is halfshotsauce.com. And if you go to that site and you put in the code Donald Hiccups, you get 10% off your order. And that's on for the hot sauce. And Pete, I believe you just told me which hot sauce you were going to get, the old Razzle Dazzle or something like that?
Yep, the old Razzle Dazzle.
So that'll be a nice, interesting, I think it's a raspberry hot sauce, if I recall. So that'll be fun. When you get that, we'll have to find out what you thought of it. I get the triple pickle.
Let me know when they restock on Indigo Fire.
Oh, yeah, I definitely will. I get the Trippy Pickle a lot. I think it's an excellent one for burgers and stuff and hot dogs and things. It's really good. I also like the Sugar Rush Peach. That's one of my favorites, and the Indigo as well is one of my favorites. So I really enjoy those hot sauces. In fact, just a couple weeks ago, my mom was the winner of a bottle of hot sauce. Sammy also in the past has won a bottle of hot sauce. 2 bottles, I think, in the past where we had a contest. She loved it. Sherlock Homie popped in. He says, "What's up, guys? How was TorpedoCon on Sunday, Kevin and Donald?"
Yeah,
So,
we just discussed it. We had a good time.
But we'll bring it up real quick. Overpriced. Like, I was just talking about this with our buddy Tony. They knew that there's no other game in town, so why would they, like, try to get rid of their stuff cheap? You know what I mean? They knew people were itching for cons, and they were like this, yeah, come to us. Come to us.
Oh,
The prices-
that was the only thing, the parking.
Yeah, prices were a bit ridiculous. Parking was like $25, and so yeah, it was overpriced. But I did find, like I was telling Kevin, I did find a really good deal. I got the first appearance of Nexus from Nexus the Liberator, the Dark Horse comic character. Before he was in Dark Horse, of course. Inside, I found a print that they didn't know about, and signatures from all the creators. So that was an excellent find, excellent deal that I got on that. I was very happy. And I got a few other cheapy gems of just like filler books that I needed and stuff. So overall, it was a nice convention, but yeah, a little bit overpriced for sure. And yeah, Sherlock agrees, says, yeah, it was overpriced. My mom says they saw me coming. No, they did not. I was in disguise. I was wearing my Real Short Box t-shirt. Kevin and I both were. So they thought we were...
Just think that kind of gave it away.
They were like, "You guys like comic books? We thought you were podcasters." And then we were like, ha 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 ha, got you. Not really. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to get started here. We've got enough people in the chats that we can get moving. So let's get going with this animation domination kind of thing that we have here. And up first, I think it's going to be Chris that's going to be talking. Am I correct, Chris?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so give me a moment to pull up both of these. I'm going to pull up both images, and then you can talk about them briefly, and then we'll let everybody in the chat vote. David Denenberg just popped in. David, I bet you're surprised to see Pete.
All right, got a little ArcLight reunion thing going on again.
I think we do. All right, so here's the animation.
Cool.
All right, we have... Weird, I'm not seeing it. There it is. Oh, that's right, these aren't labeled. It's going to take me a little more time than usual with these. And we have... Because I got to look at the pictures. I think this is correct. I hope that's correct. Yep. So we have some fun little GIFs here, or GIFs, however you want to pronounce it. We have Simpsons, right, Chris? It's Simpsons versus Futurama.
That's correct, yes.
I wish I could do that.
Spin on your head?
Yeah. That'd be
Or
kinda
thrust
cool
with a big belly like Homer?
No. Spin on my head for like a minute.
Oh, okay. Because you could probably thrust with a big belly like Homer if you just went a little thin up top and grew out your stomach a little more.
Yeah, that's true.
Might be a more obtainable goal
I don't know about that.
than spinning on your head. I don't know. Anyway, let's get started here.
All right, Simpsons on for 32 years. Started in 1989. Before that, it was on the Tracy Ullman Show. About a family, Homer, Marge, their 3 kids, 9, 7, and like, was it 2? Or 1, or something like that. Which means that I'm now older than Homer Simpson, which is kind of depressing. Basically, they're lower middle class family. They struggle. Homer works at a power plant. Shenanigans. Over the last probably 15, 20 years, it's spread out. So it's really all about the community. It's about all of Springfield, not just the family necessarily. Sure, the family's still a center to it, but amazing characters in Springfield, and it's no plan on ending anytime soon. It's a miracle show. It's going to be on forever. Futurama, created by the same person that created The Simpsons, Matt Groening, and it's about a guy who accidentally falls into a freezer and wakes up in the future and basically joins a shipping company that they ship things to different countries or different worlds, planets. Very similar humor to The Simpsons, a little more modern, modern animation. As John Oliver said on last night, it was the most realistic version of President Nixon that they've ever put on TV. And very poignant humor and very funny. And, the show ran for a few seasons, got canceled, and then was brought back because it had such a big fan base. Yes, very similar humor styles. One a little more modern than the other.
All right. Gotcha. Okay, so that's Simpsons versus Futurama. I will say I did a 6-hour marathon once of Futurama, and I never watched it again afterwards. I completely got my fill of Futurama. That was 12 episodes in a row. And I guess there wasn't commercials either, so it was probably 15 or 16 episodes I watched of Futurama. So I really burnt myself out on it and never went back to it. Simpsons, though, I've been on the ride at Universal a ton of times. What's that, Pete?
Did you catch any of the Doctor Who Easter eggs while watching Futurama?
No, not in any of the episodes. But again, like I said, my memory's shite, so maybe I did, but I just don't remember. They did a lot of those in Futurama, but not in Simpsons?
They did it in The Simpsons. They did like the Council of Television Characters. It was I forget what the episode was,
Okay.
but Tom Baker's Doctor came out.
Oh, that's amazing. I love Tom Baker. Man, I love Tom Baker so much. Anyway,
South Park says The Simpsons did it first.
That's true. All right, so let's get started. We're going to put a minute on the shot clock, and you guys can all vote. It looks like we're already getting a lot of votes. It doesn't look good for Futurama, I'm going to say.
Well, surprise, surprise.
And I don't think there's any surprise to it. So this is how it works normally. Pete, since you're new, you probably have seen this, I'm sure, since you've been in the chat. But we'll be giving you one to keep track of, and then somebody else will keep track of it. So if you got a pen and paper or just want to use your phone or whatever, we'll do it that way. So we're going to do it this round with just Chris and Kevin, and we'll have you do the next round then, Pete, okay?
Sounds good.
So, Chris, you'll take The Simpsons. Kevin, you take Futurama.
I don't know if I have enough fingers for that, but okay.
God. All right. So, by the way, David Denenberg says he was pleasantly surprised to see you, Pete.
Awesome. Miss you, Dave.
Okay, so Ray says Simpsons. Enrique says he loves Futurama, but he's going with Simpsons. David says Simpsons. Janet says everybody do the Bartman. The Simpsons are the best, though Bender Rodriguez is my kinsman. So Simpsons for Janet. Maria says Simpsons. Sammy says Simpsons. Bonnie says Futurama. I should say Bending Rodriguez made in Mexico is what Janet says. My mom says Simpsons. Dad says Simpsons. Jarrett says Simpsons. Ricky says Futurama. Sherlock Holmes says Futurama. And Austin Fox says Simpsons. So it sounds like the Simpsons are kind of running away with it. Where are we at on this?
I only have 3, and I think the Simpsons probably
got 10.
at 10, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Simpsons
it's a
won.
wrap.
Futurama's gone.
It's a wrap. So Simpsons goes on to the second round quarterfinals.
Yep. Simpsons makes it. Futurama's done. All right. Next round.
This should be a more interesting one.
Yeah, I think. Pete, did you have this one? Were you talking about this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Family Guy and King of the Hill.
Yep. I'm going to pull up the pictures here in a moment as soon as I can figure out which ones are which. Oh, boy.
You remember Brothers Garage on every night of the week?
Yeah. Yep. I should have said yep. I messed
Yep.
up on that one. Okay, so I've got Family Guy up. If you want to start talking about that one, and I'll bring up King of the Hill next.
All right, Family Guy, created by Seth MacFarlane, first aired in January 31st, 1999. We have writers of Seth MacFarlane and Alex Bornstein. Seth MacFarlane voices a bunch of the characters on Family Guy, such as Peter Griffin, Stewie, and Brian, just to name a few. And Alex Bornstein, some of you might remember her from the show Mad TV, where she played Miss Swan.
Yes.
And she kind of uses that voice as Trisha Takanawa in Family Guy's news reporter. But Alex also plays Lois Griffin, the wife of Peter Griffin.
Nice.
And they were on Fox and got canceled a number of times, I think twice. And they found their home on Adult Swim.
Yeah. What happened was they got canceled by Fox, and then Adult Swim, I believe it was, the Cartoon Network, took it and put it on late. It was a huge hit, and then Fox went, no, wait, we want you back. And then they got them back, paid an exorbitant amount of money, I believe, to get them back, and then made them as popular, if not more popular, than The Simpsons, and it's been running ever since.
Oh, wow.
It's a long, continuous show, yeah, much like The Simpsons. Very, very popular. So, yeah, and then Family Guy, not Family Guy, King of the Hill?
King of the Hill, created by Judge Mike Judge, who also created such well-known characters as Beavis and Butthead. King of the Hill takes place in my home state of Texas. This precisely takes place in Arlen, Texas, and Mike Judge plays the voice of Hank Hill, the series protagonist. And he's just living his life as a propane and propane accessory salesman, and has a lot of misadventures with his neighbors Boomhauer and I forget the other guy's name. The conspiracy theorist guy.
The bald one, right? With the
Yeah.
the big gut? Yeah, I can never remember his name either. Kevin knows it, he just won't tell us. Actually, I bet one of you guys in the chats knows who's that guy's name, because I don't remember offhand myself.
And of course, the late Brittany Murphy.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna put a minute up on the clock for you guys to vote. It is King of the Hill versus Family Guy. Let's get started. Boom. Everybody in the chat, start voting. By the way, if you're in the chat, if you stay till the end of our podcast, you will be entered for a prize. We're giving away like 5, 6, 7 prizes or something tonight. We're giving away a crazy amount of really cool stuff. Some DVDs, Blu-rays, hot sauce, hats, t-shirt, lots of $25 gift card for Amazon. So we're giving away some fun stuff, guys. So definitely stick with us till the end. We'll put you on the Wheel of Fun. Kevin will. If your name pops up there digitally, you get shipped something. Nobody's off. Anybody can win, basically, that's in the chats. Even people's parents. like my mom went on a tear and won twice. My dad won once, and then my dog that passed away 7 years ago won. It was crazy. I know it was longer than 7 years, but yeah, he still won. The ghost of my dog. Okay, let's see what we got comment-wise from some people. Ray says, actually, Pete, let's have you keep track of King of the Hill. Votes for that one, okay? And Chris, let's have you do Family Guy, all right?
All right.
All right.
Okay, so Ray says, damn it, Bobby, for King of the Hill. My mom says Family Guy. My dad says Family Guy. Enrique says, this is tough. Love them both, but I'm going to go with King of the Hill. Ricky Barnett says King of the Hill. Austin says King of the Hill. David Denenberg says Family Guy. Jarrett says, I quote Family Guy every day, so he's going Family Guy. Bonnie says Family Guy, but Hank is greater than Peter. Sherlock Holmes says Family Guy all the way. Sammy says, gotta go with Stewie Griffin, so she's Family Guy. David says he wants that shirt, the Kang shirt, right, David? Because it looks really sick. Like, I want to get one myself. Janet says, ooh, really tough, going with King of the Hill. Ray said Dale is the guy's name, by the way, Pete. Dale.
Oh, Dale.
Yeah, so thanks, Ray. Maria says, I love them both, but today I'm in a King of the Hill mood.
Nice.
Enrique says, Dale Gribble is the conspiracy theorist. Thanks for the last name, Enrique. Jeez.
All right.
Jared says, the character's name is Dirk Chompson. Final answer. I don't think you're moving on from this one. You're going to lose the prizes, Jarrett. That $200 million or whatever it was, $1 million, wasn't it for the phone a friend or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I can't remember. But anyway, you should have phoned a friend. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, so it sounds like Family Guy's winning, but I don't know by how much. So let's.
Family Guy has 7.
King of the Hill has 6.
Oh, it's close.
Really? Wow.
So we might.
Okay.
Someone comes in, we might have to go to the Supreme Court if one more vote comes in for King of the Hill.
So if anybody wants King of the Hill to tie Family Guy and stay in the running for this, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, it's going to go to Family Guy, and we're going to put just 30 seconds for voting on this. So you guys have 30 seconds.
Pete, did you bring your robes, just in case? Your Supreme Court Justice robes, just in case?
Oh, yes.
All right. Let me check something here real quick. I just heard a chat pop in, so we might have something here. Okay, we got another vote for Family Guy.
Uh-oh. Maybe
so it looks like that's going to be it. We're going to call it.
Is that a real vote?
Yes, it is a real vote. So Family Guy takes it.
Bobby?
David says, my third cousin once removed says King of the Hill. No, David, that's not how that works. Okay, so Family Guy moves on. King of the Hill almost won, narrowly defeated. Family Guy takes the second round. So it looks like it's going to be a fun competition for next round for those. All right, and in this round, it looks like it's going to be me that's going to be taking it. And I'm going to be talking about a few really fun series. I'm going to be talking about the HBO Max series Harley Quinn. For those of you that have not seen it, it's a shit ton of fun, and they love the word fuck. So,
really?
Yes.
And blood.
Lots of blood, too, yeah. Lots of blood splatter. It's really surprising how much craziness goes into this. And it's going up against Archer. So, we figured adult show versus adult show. You know, there's a lot of little naughty talk with Archer as well. Archer's a spy. He's not very good at it. He's like Get Smart, but a little more sassy and a little more debonair. His mom is his boss. She's an alcoholic. Of course, Archer is as well. And his ex-girlfriend is his sometimes partner in the field. And hilarity ensues because he loves going to Whore Island. That much I know. That much I know. There can be a lot of coke involved in this show. I've seen that. It's naughty. It's a naughty little show. Harley Quinn is, of course, about the adventures of Harley Quinn. And she has some of her sidekicks. For example, King Shark, who is her IT guy, her hacker, which is hilarious. And she has Clayface, who is in this a very, very well-educated thespian. The acting is his call. So he loves to pretend to be different characters. He's kind of the spy of the group. And then he'll perform as that character and, you know, getting good with, like, the other bad guys and stuff. It's really fun. There's also the big-headed dude. What's his name? Dr. Psycho?
Dr. Psycho?
Yeah, Dr. Psycho. which looks a little bit like Peter Dinklage, I'm gonna say, just a scotch. But a much larger head than Peter. Hilarious. Can't stop saying the F word. And of course, then there's Poison Ivy, who's in there as well. So it's a really fun series. Either one of these are both good. I don't see anything wrong with either one of them winning. So, guys, I'm putting a minute on the clock in the chats. Go ahead and vote. By the way, if you stay till the end, there are prizes tonight for the podcast. Lots of prizes. So make sure that you do that. And tell your friends that haven't popped in yet if you want them to get a chance to win as well. They still have time to pop into the chats, get on our page here, and be included in the competition to win some fun stuff. And we'll ship it right to you, right to your home. Kevin might even drop it off.
That's possible.
Hey, Sean just popped in. Greetings, Sean. Thank you for joining us tonight. Sean's been on a few times here in the last little bit. Okay, it looks like kind of like a bloodbath here. So let's get started on this. Kevin, you're going to keep track of Harley. Chris, let's have you keep track of Archer, okay?
Gotcha.
Let's see. Jarrett says Harley. Sammy says Danger Zone. Harley is great, but my heart belongs to Sterling Mallory Archer. So we got one for Archer. Maria says somebody call Kenny Loggins with an exclamation point. So she's saying Archer. Ricky's saying Archer. Enrique says Archer. Austin Fox says Archer. Sherlock says Archer. David says Harley. My mom and dad are both out. They haven't seen either one. Sammy says learn new wonderful insults from Archer. So she had already said, I believe, Archer. So, yeah. So that's hers. Sherlock Holmes says Archer. I think I already did that one, though. Sorry, guys. Scorch says, hey, guys, I received my Stranger Things box set prize today. I love it. Ah, so great. Good. I'm glad you enjoy it. So glad you enjoy it, Frank. Thank you for being on the show every week here. It's been great having you. Really appreciate it.
Congratulations again.
Uh-oh, it looks like Brian's on. Half's Hot Sauce. He's saying Archer. Ray says Harley. Sean says phrasing. Are we still doing phrasing? And Janet says Harley Quinn pudding. So where are we at with these votes?
I only have 4 for Harley, so it's not looking
8
good.
for Archer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not looking good.
We're going to have to call it here, I think. I don't see Harley winning this. But, guys, since you didn't vote for Harley, it's wonderful. And I'm not joking. It is a really good adult series. Like, really good. I think it's... Personally, I think it's better than Archer. For a lot of reasons, but different, too. So, decide
really
for yourself.
Cast. Really good voice cast.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that round. Archer moves on. Harley Quinn bites the dust. Okay, so this next round, it's going to get a lot of emotions here. I know this. It's going to be tough, guys. I'm not happy with this one. I don't know what to do about it. It's possible I could cry. But we're doing Cowboy Bebop, which I'm not the biggest connoisseur of, so Kevin's going to help me out a little bit with this one. Pete, you can lend a hand too, probably. And it's... Oh, 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. Star Wars Rebels.
Ah, there we go.
So, Cowboy Bebop versus Star Wars Rebels. Ricky, you haven't seen Harley. You need to see Harley. Okay, so... From what I know about Cowboy Bebop is there's the lead guy. He's Jacket Dude, Mr. Suit. Spike Spiegel.
Spike Spiegel.
Yeah. And he really likes, kind of likes Faye Valentine, who's the big boobied lady. And then there's the little girl with the corgi. I think she's kind of like the mechanic of the group. What's her name?
Ed.
Fair. And then there's like the bruiser, the big guy that can take the pain and dish it. What's his name, the bald dude?
Jet Black.
Jet Black.
Okay. So they're basically kind of bounty hunters, right? They just like take on projects, and it's kind of a space cowboy series, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
they're
much.
like private
Contract.
There, that's it.
contractors.
Yeah, not bounty hunters, private contractors. Thank you. And they just bounce from one adventure to the other. So if you guys know a little more and you want to spell it out, go for it.
And every episode is like named after, I want to say, like a song, Pete.
Yeah.
And the music is just beautiful. I mean, excellent jazz music. It's amazing. I mean, it really gets you going. The visuals are amazing. You know, the storyline, the characterization is just spot on. To me, it's one of the greatest animated shows of all time. Definitely top 10 for sure.
And some of those episodes just get really intense.
Oh yes.
Like spooky intense, and just like it gets you like right in the feels.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it really touches your heart. Like you really feel for these characters.
You know.
Okay. So, Star Wars Rebels is the other one. And this one's an interesting one. It takes place before most of the Star Wars films. It takes place right around the time of after the Phantom Menace and the Clone Wars, and after as well with the third one,
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, so it's like right before New Hope is where it takes place. It's like right in between there, and it balances it.
Right before Rogue One.
Yeah, there you go. Right before Rogue One. It's a great show. A great series. It went about 4, maybe 5 seasons, if I recall. I think 4. And basically, it is about a young Padawan named Ezra who's coming of age and kind of learning that he has these special abilities. And Kanan is his guide. So Ezra's the one with the lightsaber, and Kanan's the one behind him. At some point in this, Kanan loses his sight, so it's about feeling where you're at and using the Force to fight versus seeing everything, just knowing it. And it's very important that this happens for a lot of reasons. Chopper is the best droid in the world. R2-D2 can suck it. I'm sorry. Hands down, Chopper is the best. He is the most sassiest. BB-8 can suck it. Chopper is the sassiest little sumbitch you've ever seen. He pops out 2 little robotic hands and then like mocks people like that. And he's a hacker. He's just like so sassy and fun. Like there was another droid that they started to like, and he kicked him out of like of the back of the ship, so he just flew out into space because Chopper wanted to be the only one that they liked. Just shit like that. It's so much fun. Zeb is the purpley bearded alien guy in the back of the picture. He's super cool. He's the bruiser, of course, of the group. Sabine is basically a Mandalorian. She's the one with the helmet there in the front. She is also really good at graffiti art, spray paint and stuff. So that's a really cool aspect of her character. And then, of course, there is Hera, who is the master pilot. She's the one, the green-skinned lady, who's also secretly in love with Kanan, who's secretly in love with her, that everybody knows because it's not a big secret. It's so fun. It's such a beautifully done series. Yes, Darth Vader's in this as well. Yes, Darth Maul is in this as well. This series will make you love Darth Maul. I'm not even kidding. Like, Darth Maul is freaking great in this. So, check it out. Definitely. I've ran over time on that with the explanation. I'm sorry, but it is Star Wars. So here we go. We're going to do a minute on the clock, and we're going to get started. Kevin, why don't you do the Star Wars? And Pete, why don't we have you do Cowboy Bebop, okay?
Got it.
All right.
Okay, so Sammy says Rebels. Scorch says Cowboy Bebop. Bonnie says Rebels. David says Rebels. Ricky says Cowboy Bebop all the way. Sherlock Holmes says Cowboy Bebop is amazing. Austin Fox says Cowboy Bebop. Let's see. Ricky says the best episode is when they're all on mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
Sammy says Rebels gets all the feels. She's already voted. Enrique says love Cowboy Bebop. I haven't watched Rebels yet. I'm a little behind on my list of things I need to watch. So Enrique, if you want to abstain, you're more than welcome. But if you'd like to vote, let me know. My mom says Rebels. My dad says Rebels. Sammy listed all of the characters' names. Thank you, Sammy. Well done. Janet says yes. You see Space Cowboy. Love me some Cowboy Bebop. Jupiter Jazz. So Janet is voting Cowboy Bebop. Little Greek Coffee, that's Alexi. He says, haven't seen them, unfortunately. That's okay, Alexi, no problem. Sammy says, suck it, Jarrett. And Sean says, I haven't seen either, but I think I'd like Cowboy Bebop better, so I vote for Cowboy Bebop. And let's see, we got one more here. It's also Cowboy Bebop. So where are we at on the votes, guys?
I have 5 for Rebels.
I have 7 for Cowboy Bebop.
Wow.
It's pretty close.
Star Wars might lose to Cowboy Bebop. This is Star Wars. That's crazy.
Well, last week it happened with The Mandalorian, so...
We're going to put 30 seconds on this, and then we're going to move on. If you're in the chats and you have not voted, which there are some people that have not, put in your vote now. If you're abstaining, that's fine. We completely understand if you've never seen either of these or just love them both and don't want to vote one against the other. Also understandable. But you've got about 20 seconds left, and then it's going to be Cowboy Bebop that's going to move on, and Rebels is going to lose. And a part of me will die inside. But it's okay.
There's another villain that's introduced in Rebels. I'm not going to say his name, but it was coming into the Mandalorian verse soon, so...
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. When that happens, I'm going to shit myself. I'm going to shit. Totally.
There's a lot of Rebels characters coming into the Mandalorian verse. I mean, we got...
Yeah.
Ahsoka's going to bring some people in, and...
Actually, I'm not going to shit myself. I'm going to shit Kevin's pants.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That way I have less of a mess.
Good luck on that. Yeah, good luck on that.
Yeah. So, Kevin, I'm going to shit your pants when this happens. So you're going to have to sit with me and watch it, and then just accept it. Okay,
right.
That's it. Time up. Star Wars loses to Cowboy Bebop, who moves on. That's crazy. Okay. Next round, it looks like this is Kevin's corner. Am I correct, Kevin?
Yeah, somewhat. I will start with, well, actually, I'll just give both right now. It's going to be Bob's Burgers versus the Boondocks. I'll give you time to pull up the photos.
Okay, we got a Bob's Burger little GIF there. And we've got a Boondocks picture here. Little GIF as well. Okay. Go ahead, Chris. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say that the Boondocks is my all-time favorite episode of any animated show ever, the Itis episode.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Luther Vandross burger.
Anybody, by the way, in the chat that has just popped in, if you stay till the end, we're giving away prizes, just to let you know. All
right. I'm sure you know a little bit more than me on this one, but we'll start with Bob's Burgers. Basically, the Belcher family consisted of Bob, Linda, the children, Tina, Jean, and Louise. They run a burger restaurant that's on Ocean Avenue, and you basically see what's going on throughout their lives. And this show's been running on for many, many years on Fox. And I know this is one of your personal favorites, Donald.
Yeah, it's great. It is great. You've got Bob Belcher, Linda Belcher, husband and wife. Their kids, Tina, Louise, and Jean. Jean is a goof that loves making music and fart noises, loves food, loves his mom. Louise is the little hellraiser. She's the middle kid. She's the one that you have to always have your eye on, or there's going to be trouble. And Tina is the one that's blossoming into a young lady and is thinking about boys' butts all the time and can't stop thinking about music with boys' butts and singing and dancing to boys' butts and just boys' butts. So they run a restaurant. They live above it, and they run downstairs. It's called Bob's Burgers, of course. And it is probably one of the best animated series on. It continues to be really, really solid, really good.
And that's going against a show that Chris Turner, as he said, he's a big fan of, The Boondocks. Revolves around the Freeman family of Huey, Riley, and Robert. Huey, I'm assuming, must have been named after Huey Newton, the former Black Panther. And one of their nemesis on the show is another famous antagonist, Uncle Ruckus. I'm sure makes Chris Turner cracks him up a lot. But the show is pretty much, goes over a lot of social commentary, a lot of political issues from the African American perspective. And, one of the opening lines to the show is Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. And they also talked about Hurricane Katrina, the Iraq War. So a lot of those issues that was going on back in the 2000s, they pretty much hit up all those topics. So it's a very controversial cartoon. It was based on a comic book strip, too, originally from Aaron McGruder.
Yep. Surprisingly solid show. Like, I never liked the comic strip, to be honest. But the it's good. Like, there's a whole thing about them going to, like, creating a restaurant or something where you can nap after you eat.
Yes, the itis episode is my favorite episode of any TV show ever. And it's like you eat the food and it makes you sleepy. So they was like, well, let's make beds. And so you eat the food, you take a nap afterwards.
Right.
Get the itis.
Right, but they didn't think about the turnover, and about so it didn't work out quite so well. But a fun show nonetheless. So let's get started, guys. Chris, let's have you do the Boondocks. Pete, let's have you do Bob's Burgers. 1 minute on the shot clock. Everybody in the chat, time to vote. Chris Duque popped in. Thank you for joining us, Chris Duque.
He got the link, Chris. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
He said he's sorry he missed your call.
Oh.
We're sorry you missed it too, Chris. We're sorry too. We already have a lot of votes coming in. Sammy's pissed off about the last voting. She says disgraceful. Bonnie's pissed. She says disappointing. I'm pissed with you guys. Let's get some picket signs and let's hang outside of my apartment. It's not going to do much good though because I'm with you. So, but we can still do it. I don't know. Let's see. Sammy says Bob's Burgers. David says, I need you all to understand how much this means to Sean Leonard, who just 1 or 2 days ago dressed up as Bob Belcher for no reason whatsoever. So he's going Bob's Burgers. Bonnie says Bob's Burgers. Ricky says Bob's Burgers. Alexi says Bob's Burgers. Sherlock says Bob's Burgers. Ricky says the guy who does the voice for Bob is the same guy that does the voice for Archer. That is correct.
John Benjamin.
Yes, thank you. Scorch says Bob's Burgers. My parents are out on this one. They don't watch either one. Janet says, oh wow, love the Boondocks so much, but I have to go with Bob. Enrique says, damn, all these matchups are killing me. So tough to choose. I'll go with Bob's Burgers. Oh, snap. Restaurants should exist. Dang it. I don't know what that means, Maria. Austin says Bob's Burgers. Chris, she's talking about the itis thing. That's true. Chris Duque says, hey-oh. Sean says Bob's Burgers with little tiny burgers on each side. Chris says Boob's Big Burger. I mean Big Boob's Burger. I mean Bob's Big Burger. Thank you, Chris. So it sounds like Bob's Burger's winning. Where are we at?
I'm at 0.
0. That's a wipeout.
Okay, so Boondocks is eliminated, and we're moving on. Bob's Burgers takes it. Okay. Next up, Kevin, your round again, correct?
Yes, it is. And
all right.
The first one is a show that I think everybody on Earth is familiar with. It's kind of like the cartoon version of I Love Lucy in a way that everyone knows. It's the Flintstones.
Aw, they're so cute right there.
They're adorable, aren't they?
And they are versus another somewhat primitive series that's set in a time almost forgotten. And that would be feudal Japan, if I'm correct.
The Flintstones? I didn't know that.
No. Who they're facing.
Samurai Jack. Oh, Samurai Jack, yes. Although that'd be pretty cool, though. The Flintstones went to feudal Japan. That'd be pretty awesome.
It'd also be cool if you stopped drinking before the podcast.
Oh, I didn't know I was drinking. That's news to me.
Jesus, Kevin. You drunk bastard. All right, so go ahead and start.
Well, Flintstones, you know the deal. I mean, Fred, Wilma, Pebbles, their little daughter, their pet dog, well, Dino, the dinosaur, the Brontosaurus, and of course their lovely neighbors, Betty Rubble, Barney Rubble, and their little son, Bam Bam. You can't go wrong there. Everyone knows this. It's a fun series. Everything goes on in that Stone Age era is a lot of fun. You kind of wish you were living in there too. I remember the movie from back in the day, the live action one. That was a lot of fun too. So this is a classic. Nothing more to say there. And then of course we have Samurai Jack. Jack, cool dude, samurai. He has that mystic katana blade that cuts through anything, and he has to free his kingdom from the evil shape-shifting demon known as Aku, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And it had a really cool opening theme song too, when it came on, which I really enjoyed. But just like the Flintstones. But this is a very fun series. If you like good action, just like Cowboy Bebop, can't go wrong with Samurai Jack.
And shout out to the talented Phil Lamar.
Oh yes, Phil Lamar. Oh my goodness, one of the all-time great voice actors.
Yes, and a Mad TV alum.
And
Yep.
Mad TV.
And he was
TV
also
alum.
on Pulp Fiction, if I recall, correct?
He was.
Right at the beginning, yeah.
Marvin.
Which is really cool.
Oh, I shot Marvin in the face.
All right, so let's get started. We're going to do a minute on the shot clock. Everybody in the chat, your time to shine. Sean says real quick, when Bob's Burgers first came out, they had a Bob's Burgers burger truck at SDCC.
That's true.
That is really cool. I don't think I got one of those burgers. But I will tell you, and as Pete and Kevin will both attest, no matter how many times you go to Comic-Con, there is always one moment each year that is pure magic for every individual, I feel. Like, just one thing that happens that's just something special that makes you go, this was worth it. So, anyway, if you stick with us, those are new in the chat. If you stick with us till the end of this podcast, we're giving away a whole gaggle of prizes. You'll be put into the Wheel of Fun. It's a digital wheel that Kevin types your name into, presses spin. If it lands on your name, you're going to win that prize. We've got some cool stuff. I'm going to list them shortly, so stick with us. Okay, here we go. Starting now. And we've got early on votes. This is great. This is great. I'm super excited. Yeah. Let's get this done, guys. I love Flintstones. Samurai Jack is super fun. I know they were talking about a Samurai Jack revival, so there was a lot of buzz on that. People were super excited about it. Flintstones has had 2 feature-length films, a couple animated series. It was the first cartoon series, I believe, to be a primetime show, to appear on primetime network television. They also, the
1960.
Flintstones, advertised cigarettes for adults at one point, too. Fred and Barney, I believe, having a good smoke outside, talking. Yeah. It was kind of supposed to be like the honeymooners in the Stone Age, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said that loosely. Yes, yes, you're correct. The honeymooners in the Stone Age. Thank you.
It's all right, Kevin. Glug, glug, glug.
Well, actually, I am having some good water.
Oh, yeah, vodka. Okay, so, Chris, let's have you do the Flintstones. Pete, you will be Samurai Jack.
Got it.
All right, and for those that did not notice, I did put up again the Half's Hot Sauce website with their 10% off code and Splattered Frogs website with their 20% off code. Please check them out. They are our sponsors. We could not do this podcast without their help, to be honest. So definitely give them a look and see if there's something that you want to order. You can get a really nifty hat for like $20. And these are really super nice quality, guys. Like really super nice. And they have several options. And we're going to be giving one of these away tonight at the end of the pod. Okay, so we have Chris Duque says Flintstones. Enrique says Samurai. Alexi says Flintstones. My mom says Flintstones. My dad says Flintstones. Scorch says Flintstones. Alexi says he watched the Flintstones dubbed in Greek as a kid. That's pretty cool, Alexi. Sherlock Holmes says the Flintstones. Ricky says, man, this is a coin flip for me. Flip that coin. David says Flintstones. Austin says Samurai Jack. Ricky must have flipped it for Tails because Samurai Jack popped up. Maria says Flintstones, and Jarrett says Flintstones. Where are we at on the vote?
It's a blowout.
I've got 3 for Samurai Jack.
9 for Flintstones.
10.
It's a blowout.
11. We've got 2 more votes for Flintstones. 3 more votes. 4 more votes. It's over. Samurai Jack is done. Flintstones moves on. And we are going into the next category. I believe this is part Pete,
this
part
is a good round.
Chris on this round. Am I correct?
This is a good
This is
round here.
number 7?
7. Yes, we're on number 7.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, I'm going to bring up the pictures now.
This is brutal.
This is going to be a fun one.
This is the battle of the adult shows. One Comedy Central, one MTV. Both had movies. One made by Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead. That was the voice of Beavis and Butthead and about almost every other character in the show. Kind of satire-y, kind of bookends to music videos on MTV. I didn't watch a lot of the show because I didn't really watch. I didn't really have cable when it was on. But I've caught a few episodes here and there. What I saw of it was pretty funny. Like I said, very satirical. And then we got South Park, rated in the late 1990s. Been around forever. It only gets better as the years go on, and more the earth and the world gets worse and worse. There's more to satire and parody. About 4 third grade boys, Kyle, Cartman, Stan, and Kenny. Kenny always dies.
Who killed Kenny?
Well, actually, until I think it was season 10, they stopped killing Kenny.
Butters.
They killed him for real. Butters, my favorite character. Favorite episode is when Paris Hilton dresses him up like a bear. And he gets in trouble and he goes, "I'm a bad bear, very, very bad bear." Hilarious. Butters' best episode by far.
I like the one where he's like Smeagol, like Gollum.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
the porn tape, and he's like, "My precious."
He's definitely the best character that they created later on. The show's becoming more and more about the adults than the kids because just the world is in such a weird, bad place right now that it just works that way. That the adults are the kids, and the kids are more mature than the adults.
Okay, that's a good estimation. Yeah, and so this is Beavis and Butthead versus South Park. All right, we're going to put a minute on the clock. Everybody cast your vote in the chat. Everybody in the chat, cast your vote. By the way, if you stick till the end, we are giving away prizes. You can be entered to win. This is not a joke. You can ask many people that are in the chat right now that have already won at least once. So,
matter of fact, one of our panelists today, one of our co-hosts, I believe, has won.
Yes, Pete has won some hot sauce, definitely.
The old razzle dazzle.
And Chris has won our friendship.
Aw, thank you.
All right, so here we go. We got them piling in. Chris, of course, I'm going to let you keep track of South Park. And Kevin, you remind me of a Butthead, so you can do Beavis and Butthead.
Of course. If
I remember in South Park.
Back to the Future.
What was that, Pete?
Oh, I remember in South Park when they recreated the alley fight scene from They Live with Jimmy and Timmy.
Really?
Yes, I remember that. It was hilarious.
I don't think I saw that. There's a lot of South Park I haven't seen. I used to watch the first couple seasons at my friend's place because he had cable and I didn't. So I would ride over to his place and hang out and watch South Park, and it was crazy. I was like, "What? They said that?" Like it was.
And those are the worst episodes, the worst seasons too. Like the first 4 seasons were good, but then it really picked up, and now they're having the best seasons of their career now.
Okay, so Bonnie says, "Aw, man." Chris Duque says, "Ooh, tough one." And then Bonnie says, "This is a tough one." David says, "Beavis and Butthead." Enrique says, "South Park." Sammy says, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." Obviously, she's doing South Park. Let's see. Chris, I don't know if you're voting Beavis and Butthead or not, so let me know. Sherlock says, "Or when they throw a ninja star in Butter's eye."
Yeah.
Maria says, "South Park." Sean says, "Professor Chaos." I'm not sure which one that is.
That's South Park.
South Park.
Okay. Austin
Butters.
says, "South Park." Sherlock says, "Damn, this is the hardest choice of the night. I gotta go South Park." Ricky says South Park. Alexi says South Park. Scorch says Beavis and Butthead. Chris is going South Park. My mom says South Park. My dad says South Park. That's awesome. Bonnie says, "I love Beavis and Butthead, but I think I have to go give it to South Park. They did have that hilarious song about burning down Hot Topic." Chris Duque says, "You guys remember the Beavis and Butthead movie? So good." Yes, I just watched part of it the other night, Chris, to be honest, where they got their TV stolen at the beginning and they were trying to put the clues together. Enrique says that They Live fight was amazing. So where are we at on this, guys?
We're at 11 for South Park.
Yeah, this is over. Only have like 2 for Beavis and Butthead.
All right, South Park moves on. Sorry, Beavis. Sorry, Butthead. Next round. We are going to move fast on this. This is going to be a great round. We've got some fun outer space adventures. And let me get the pictures here. We are talking Rick and Morty. Boy, that's a great gift there, Kevin, that you found for us. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
And they are going up against the Jetsons. Also a really good one. Wow. Yeah, these are great. Okay, so Rick and Morty versus the Jetsons. Who chose this? Who's talking about this one?
That'll be moi.
All right.
Rick and Morty, created by Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, first aired in December 2nd, 2013, and they are still on the air to this day with their 5th season, and it's just become a huge roller coaster, starting off as a Doc and Marty parody at first, and then it grew into Rick and Morty, and it's just become completely insane as their adventures go on, and there's so many conspiracy theories that the fans are trying to look into. They delve deep into this show, and it's great. And they did that whole Szechuan sauce debacle, and that's when the fans kind of just went a little overboard. But then now we move on to the Jetsons, which is one of my early childhood cartoon shows that I enjoyed watching. It first aired in September 23rd, 1962, and its final episode was in November 12th, 1987. You had the characters George Jetson, Judy Jetson, Jane, his wife, and his boy Elroy, along with their maid Rosie the robot, who was pretty quippy with some of the stuff that she would say, and then of course Astro, their pet dog. And there was always a crazy amount of adventures going on. There was even a theory that the Jetsons and the Flintstones took place in the same universe. The Flintstones lived on the surface of the planet Earth, while the Jetsons lived up in the sky.
That's where Jeff Bezos is going, so that makes sense.
Wait,
Makes sense.
did you say that Jetsons ran over 20 years? Is that what you said?
That's what it says here. 1962 to 1987.
Wow, 25 years. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
There was a movie where they met, the Jetsons and the Flintstones. There was a crossover movie.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind that the Jetsons were. I'm not sure if you mentioned it, Pete, but it was another primetime series. It aired at night, which is surprising. I didn't even know that.
I had to confirm that for him because he was asking me about that. I was like,
I was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So let's start voting, guys. Let's get Rick and Morty versus the Jetsons on here. Looks like it's going to be a tough battle, but I have faith in both these guys here. Kevin, let's have you do the Jetsons. Pete, you're Rick and Morty.
Oh, jeez.
Chris says Rick and Morty all the way, no comparison. The Jetsons is a classic show, but it's too PG. By the way, you stay till the end, guys. We have prizes in this podcast. Also, you can continue to vote while I'm counting off. So if you're in the chat and you haven't voted yet, please do so. Sammy says, ooh, Rick and Morty. Enrique says Rick and Morty. Scorch says the Jetsons. Austin says Rick and Morty. David says, I haven't seen Rick and Morty. Got to go with Jetsons. Ricky says, me and Morty. I get it, Ricky. Maria says, childhood me would disagree, but I'm voting Rick and Morty. Alexi says the Jetsons. Chris says, David, check out Rick and Morty. It's so good. My mom says the Jetsons. My dad says the Jetsons. Alexi says Jetsons ran a couple years, was canceled, re-aired later, wasn't on for 25 years. That kind of makes sense, Alexi. I was thinking the same thing. Sherlock Holmes says the Jetsons. Sean says Rick and Morty. And Frisky Gringo, who popped in, hey, buddy, thanks for joining, says Jetsons fans are more civil. So I think he's going with Jetsons as well. So this is going to be close. What is it?
I have 7 for the Jetsons.
I have 7 for Rick and Morty.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh. We may have to get the robes out.
We
for the
haven't
first time
done
tonight.
the Supreme Council yet, which is all 4 of us deciding. So if that happens, we'll have to. So everybody in the chat, you have 30 seconds to cast your vote before it goes to us, and we decide for you which one of these wins.
And if this goes to the Supreme Court, this council, this might get real ugly because whoever wins, there's gonna be some upset people in that comment section.
So upset.
Very upset because a lot of Rick and Morty fans there. There's a lot of Jetsons fans, so someone is gonna come away disappointed. Just be a tiebreaker, and there's enough people in the comment section to break this tie, so someone can do it.
Uh-oh. So Frisky changed from Jetsons to voting Rick and Morty. I just hate the
Wow.
fans.
Wow! you
But
hate the fans
we
that
have
much?
another vote for Jetsons that just popped in. So it's officially tied again. And so what we'll do is I'll put another 30 seconds on since that happened. And we'll see. Bonnie says she is respectfully giving her vote to the council. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate your trust. We have about 20 seconds left.
Well, if it comes to the council, I'm going to abstain.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up, Frisky, a.k.a. Caleb. Always appreciate it. He says, smash that like button. If you can, give us a like on our page while you're listening and watching. If you're enjoying the content, it can help us in our algorithm. Brings us more to the forefront of the pages on YouTube. So that is it. It's going to the council, everybody. The council,
All
to
right.
your robes.
We get my robes. Be right back.
First of the night. I am the night.
All right.
The dark
All right.
night.
Yes, indeed.
All right, gentlemen. I will not be humbly abstaining from this.
I will.
I will be casting my vote immediately. My vote is for Rick and Morty.
Wow. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I've heard so much about Rick and Morty, but I've unfortunately never seen an episode, so it would be stupid for me to pass judgment. So I'm going to have to go with the Jetsons.
All right.
So it's up to Pete, Counselor Pete, Justice Pete. You will decide the fate of this category. What shall saith you, sir?
Show me what you got, Rick and Morty.
Ooh.
Rick and Morty moves on, everybody.
All right.
I know some of you are happy. Some of you are so happy that you would like to hear an applause, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so Rick and Morty moves on, and the Jets loses. The Jetsons lose by vote from the council.
Chris, who would you have voted for had one of us abstained and we let you roll in? What would have happened?
The reason I abstained was because South Park is, of course, my show. And so I would have voted for whatever show I thought had a better chance of losing to South Park, which AKA probably would have been the Jetsons. So I probably would have voted for them. But that's why I abstained, because I'm trying to be biased here, or non-biased.
That's a good call. That's a good call, Chris. I appreciate your honesty there.
You're a wise man.
Sammy says, get Swifty! Nice.
All right, so now we move on to the quarterfinals. And if I have done my calculations correct, the first quarterfinal matchups is it's a hot one. The Simpsons versus Family Guy.
Yes, we have the Simpsons. Let me bring up the pictures real quickly. But yes, it's going to be the Simpsons versus the Family Guy. Sorry about that. It'll take me one moment. There we go. Sometimes these GIFs take a minute to load, guys, so I apologize. Simpsons versus Family Guy. Which is
the Griffins versus The Simpsons.
Both shows kind of flushed out their whole towns over the years and came more about everybody than just the family.
It's true.
That's true.
Very well done.
Quagmire, Mr. Burns,
We got a minute on the clock, guys.
Reverend Lovejoy.
You have a minute to cast your vote. These are going to
Mayor
be
West.
fast rounds. We're not going to dilly-dally on these.
The Rooster.
The Rooster.
Those that are new,
I love Mayor West.
those that are new to the chat, if you stayed till the end, we are giving away prizes. Also, cast your vote in the chat. You have time, even if the clock's up, if we're still rattling off names of who's winning or whichever, Simpsons or Family Guy, you can still vote. We're not closing out immediately. You can still cast your vote, so you will have some time. But we are going to have to move on these because we do want to make this podcast somewhat faster than in the past when we spent 17 hours one day doing a podcast. Kevin passed out. I managed to make it through, but I lost 2 teeth. It's weird.
Who knocked your 2 teeth out?
I knocked them out myself, weirdly enough, just to stay awake. That's how dedicated I am to this pod.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
time's up. Let's start doing the count. Chris, you're Family Guy. Kevin, you're The Simpsons. Ricky says Pickle Rick. Chris 2K says The Simpsons. Maria says Simpsons. Alexi says Simpsons all the way. Bonnie says Family Guy. Sherlock says gotta go Family Guy. Chris says, who already voted, he said the Griffins wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for The Simpsons. Austin says Family Guy. Sammy says Family Guy. Enrique says The Simpsons. Sean says The Simpsons 100%. Ricky says Family Guy. Frisky says both great for different reasons. Simpsons has more heart. So I think Frisky's going Simpsons. And David's going Family Guy. So where are we on the votes, guys?
I have 6 for The Simpsons.
I have 6 for Family Guy.
Uh-oh, we may have to get the robes out again.
It's possible. All right. We have a tie right now. So, guys, if you haven't voted yet, I know there's about, well, actually a good bit of you yet in the chat that have not voted. So cast your vote.
But I'm not surprised that this is tied so far. I mean, this is a great matchup, so this is not a shocker to me. 2 classic shows.
Scorch popped in with Family Guy. Family Guy takes the lead.
Uh-oh.
7-6. Will we have
Come on,
another?
somebody.
Oh my God! My mom says Family Guy. My dad says Family Guy. Family Guy's up by 3.
Oh,
The Simpsons
no.
may get defeated here by Family Guy.
Oh my goodness, Quagmire might have the last laugh.
Now I'm doing a minute because I know this is important for people. So we're going to do 30 seconds left, guys. If you
Oh
have
my
not cast
goodness.
your vote yet, do so.
Could a
Because
show
otherwise-
that's been on since could a show that's been on since 1987, if you count the Tracy Ullman show, is going to maybe possibly eliminated by Family Guy?
I was 8 years old when The Simpsons came out.
That you're 18 years old when it came out.
Now that was you, Kevin.
Who would you rather have as your doctor, Dr. Katz or Dr. Hartman?
Good question.
Sherlock Holmes says giggity.
Sorry,
Sean
not Dr.
says
Katz, Dr. Nick.
blasphemy. Oh, definitely Dr. Katz over Dr. Nick. Chris Duque says, ay caramba, ridiculous. Oh, that's it. So Family Guy wins. Simpsons is eliminated.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I did not
What an
expect
up-
that.
What and somewhat of an upset.
That's a big upset, guys.
That's a big upset.
All right. And we have the next round. In this next round, it is going to be Archer. Weirdly enough, this is an odd pairing, so it's just going to be popularity, basically, on this, I think. They're going up against Cowboy Bebop. So Archer versus
Ooh.
Cowboy Bebop. Now, we're not
Yeah,
going to be talking
these
about
two-
these. Everybody knows them. We've already discussed them.
2 different shows,
Right.
indeed.
If you're new to the chat, stay till the end. We are giving away prizes. It's definitely some fun stuff. So let's get started. We got a minute on the clock. Cast your votes, everybody in the chat. It is Archer versus Cowboy Bebop. Guys, who do you
Now-
think is going to win? I think my money is going to go for Archer. It's going to be the surprise victory win, just due to the comedy
Boy,
alone.
Bebop has the better music and the better storylines, perhaps, but they're two different shows. They're two
Right.
different shows.
Bebop has that
Right.
cult following, though.
I haven't seen either of these, so I really can't guess who's gonna win.
I'm telling you right now, in the chats, it is neck and neck. Neck
So
and
if it
neck.
comes down to the Supreme Court, I guess should I abstain if it comes down to the Supreme Court this time around?
Since you're not, yeah, probably.
Because
Well-
I would have a bias towards a certain show, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is Sammy telling me to for? What did I do? What did I do, Sammy?
And the amazing Steve Bloom voices Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop.
Great voice.
Nice.
Great
Okay.
voice.
What is Dr. Hibbert?
Remember from The
Dr.
Simpsons?
Is The Simpsons?
Simpsons doctor.
He's the Black Doctor.
Oh, okay. So Sean's just responding. I go Dr. Hibbert.
Well, Hartman is from Family Guy, and Dr. Nick is from The Simpsons. The crazy guy.
Okay, so Pete, you're going to do Cowboy Bebop. Keep track of that. Chris, let's have you to keep track of Archer. Okay.
Gotcha.
Ricky Barnett says Cowboy Bebop. Chris says Archer. Scorch says Cowboy Bebop. Maria says Archer. Sherlock Holmes says Bebop. Austin says Archer. Sammy says Archer. Enrique says Cowboy Bebop. Frisky Gringo says Cowboy Rocksteady. So I think I get it. I get it. Chris says nice one. Maria says, do you want ants? Because this is how you get ants. Sammy says he was pointing out the good parts of Cowboy Bebop. And David Vandenberg says Cowboy Bebop. So it sounds like Bebop's up by 1 or 2.
I have 6 for Bebop so far.
I got 4 for Archer.
All right.
Only 4 for Archer?
Yeah.
So far, I mean, there's plenty of people in the chat section who haven't voted.
Huh.
yet.
3, 4.
Your parents are
Yeah.
out, if I'm reading that
Oh,
correctly.
we got another for Archer from Alexi.
Okay.
So
Your parents are
Archer,
abstaining.
yep. Archer's down by 1. And let me see here. We got another vote for Archer.
Oh boy, now
6.
we're tied. We're freaking tied. Well, it looks like you might get your wish, Sammy. If we go to the Supreme Court, I will unfortunately abstain, just like Chris
30.
did in the last time.
30 seconds on the clock. Honestly, these are 2 of my least favorite in all of these categories, so it's really going to
Really?
be hard for me to pick one that I like better than the other, because either one I don't really care much about.
You don't say.
Yeah,
Don't
oddly
say.
enough.
And I haven't seen one, so I'll be probably flipping a coin if it comes to that. So
Fair
The
enough.
coin of truth.
That sounds appropriate. Okay, time's up. Supreme Council, get your robes.
All right, get my robes. Unfortunately, I have to be like Chris and be fair. So I will sit this one out as much as I desperately want a certain show to advance. And so it goes back to the Supreme Court Council. Justice Pete, we'll start with you since we started with you on the last one at the end. What saith you, sir? What decision do you render upon this matchup of Archer versus Cowboy Bebop?
I'm going to have to go with Cowboy Bebop.
All right, I like you, sir.
All right. I'm going to go Archer.
And then to you.
the coin landed on heads, which was Archer because it was the first choice.
Ah, son of a.
So Archer takes out Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
I figured it was rather appropriate that there be a coin toss. So, okay, Archer wins, beating out Cowboy Bebop. Sean says,
Yeah.
"Sorry, Kevin, the Venmo didn't come through this time."
You know, I'm about to set it in a couple minutes earlier then.
Okay, so moving on.
Blame the quarter, Kevin. Blame the quarter.
I know. The coin of truth. So, the
Let's
next
do this.
quarterfinal matchup is Bob's Burgers
Sorry, what? Oh my God. What was that? That was the top 5. Kevin, that was the top 5.
Yes, it is.
Sponsored by Splattered Frog Brewing. You go to splatteredfrog.com. Use the coupon code SHORTBOX for 20% off on their website for gear like this. We are giving away a hat like this at the end of the podcast as a prize. Stay tuned. That's one of the prizes. So, I'm going to question Pete, since he's our new guest.
Okay.
Your top 5 Saturday morning animated cartoons. Your top 5 cartoons from Saturday morning.
Oh, well, just off the top of my head, with no particular order, I'd probably have to go with the Real Ghostbusters.
There we go.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Toxic Crusaders. Gargoyles. And Flintstones.
Nice. Nice choices. Very well done, sir. Okay. Moving on. Kevin, you were saying?
I was saying the Flintstones versus Bob's Burgers.
Okay, so we have the Flintstones versus Bob's Burgers. I'm pulling up the pictures now. It's going to take me a moment. There's Bob's Burgers, and Flintstones is coming soon. I promise.
Let's see if we can have a John Benjamin versus John Benjamin finale.
Boy, wouldn't that be something?
That'd be something.
All right, so everybody in the chat, you have a minute to cast your vote. We have the Flintstones versus Bob's Burgers. Let's get this party started.
Meet the Flintstones. Dabba yabba dabba do time. A dabba do time. Stone Age honeymooners. Gotta stick with the classics. Looks like the comment section agrees with me a little bit about the classic cartoons, giving it some love.
You know, the creator of Bob's Burgers now has three animated shows on TV right now. He has the Great White North, whatever that is. It's Central Park and Bob's Burgers.
That's true. I watched the first episode of both Central Park and the Great whatever that was, and neither one quite caught me like Bob's Burgers did. So
keep up on Central Park. Central Park I love that show. First season of Central Park is
okay.
Second season's kind of but first season it's really good.
Actually, now that I really think about it, I think I'm gonna retract my Flintstones from my top 5 and add Scooby-Doo. I loved Scooby-Doo as a kid.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
Smart.
Fair enough.
Okay, so it looked like Flintstones was running away with it. Now it looks like Bob has a chance.
Made a comeback, huh?
We're going to start counting these votes since we had a minute. Okay, Kevin, you're going to do the Flintstones. Pete, let's have you do Bob's Burgers, okay? Ricky Barnett says Bob's Burgers. Alexi says Flintstones. Enrique says Bob's Burgers. Chris says Flintstones. Scorch says Flintstones. Sherlock Holmes says Flintstones. Maria says Flintstones. Austin says Bob's Burgers. Sean says Bob's Burgers. Frisky Gringo says Bob's Burgers. David says Bob's Burgers. My mom says Flintstones. My dad says Flintstones. And then we have one more for Bob's Burgers. So where are we at? Sounds like the Flintstones is just eking out a win right now.
I have 7 for the Flintstones.
I have 7 for Bob's Burgers.
And we have one more for Bob's Burgers. That'd be 8. So Bob's Burgers is leading by 1. If you want the Flintstones to win, you have to vote. Those people in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and put 30 seconds on the clock. You have 30 seconds to cast your vote. Otherwise, we're moving on and Bob's Burgers takes it. But if you want the Flintstones to win, you have to cast a vote now.
Come on now. One more vote for the Flintstones. Let's go to the Supreme Court again. Come on. Yabba dabba doo.
Bonnie
It
says
was
Bob's
Flintstone
Burgers.
Vitamins.
We got one.
Flintstone vitamins.
We got one more for Bob's Burgers.
Oh, no.
So it's looking more bleak for Flintstones. It looks like Bob's going to take
Come
it.
on. Did you see how adorable
It looks like
Pebbles
we're going to
and
have a
Bam
John
Bam
Benjamin
are?
versus John Benjamin.
Come on. Pebbles and Bam Bam. Look how adorable they are. And Dino, the
All right.
dinosaur.
Time's up. Bob's Burger takes it.
Wait, I thought I saw one more come in for the Flintstones.
No.
Chat section.
No. Don't think so. That's Chris trying to get more people to vote, Kevin.
Oh, I see.
Sherlock Holmes, it's too little too late. It wouldn't have won regardless. Flintstones is over. Bob's Burgers moves on.
All right, then it's down to the final quarterfinals matchup: South Park versus Rick and Morty. Well, that's gonna be a tough one. That's a tough matchup right there.
Okay. Everybody in the chat, we've got Rick and Morty versus South Park. This is a tough one. I'm pulling up the pictures now to remind you of how awesome they both are. Rick and Morty just chilling in their vehicle. And South Park.
My first Halloween costume in LA was me and my 3 friends got together and we were the South Park kids. It was pretty fun. We just found a school crossing sign and just hung out there all night.
Nice.
And that was, of course, Cartman.
Now, had you told me about it, I would have came in and dressed up as chef.
I don't think I had met you yet.
Oh, okay.
This is my pretty much like a week or the day after I moved to LA. Wow.
Oh my God! Wow,
Yeah.
This is a massacre. It's a massacre.
Wow.
This wasn't as close as I thought it would be. Holy moly!
I mean, Mr. Hanky Christmas song. Well, South Park Christmas songs are in my Christmas playlist whenever that time of year comes around.
Scorch is singing
that movie,
Flintstone song.
Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. That's still a classic movie from 1999.
Oh man, I saw that movie like 6 times in the theater. It was a fantastic movie.
And their video game got really popular, The Stick of Truth.
All right, we've got about 10 seconds left. Anybody in the chat that hasn't cast their vote, also keep in mind you stay to the end. We've got prizes for you to win, so please do so. All right, Sean, I will allow it because I know your godson. I mean, I know him through the digitally anyway. I've never met him in person, but I know he's real. Okay, so let's get started. Did I tell Chris you're South Park? Kevin, you don't have much to do. You're going to be Rick and Morty. So, Frisky Gringo says South Park. Okay. Scorch says South Park. Mr. Garrison rules. Chris Duque says South Park. Lexi says South Park. David says South Park. Sherlock says South Park. Maria says South Park. Austin says South Park. Enrique says South Park. Sammy says she loves them both, but South Park. Sean says 2 for Rick and Morty, him and his godson, which we will count. Bonnie says South Park. Ricky Barnett says South Park. Chris has already voted. He says Randy Marsh is so friggin' funny. My mom says South Park. My dad says South Park. And Mel Raz, thank you for joining, says South Park as well. So it sounds like a bloodbath.
Yeah, 15 for South Park.
And 2 votes for Rick and Morty. So it's horrible. It's bad.
Blood orgy.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
goodness.
so South Park takes it and moves on. So that is the next round. And by the way, anybody that just joined us, stay tuned. We are giving away prizes at the end, so please do so.
And
Chris,
also, if you haven't, please leave a like down there for us to help our algorithms advance us forward in the YouTube universe. Really appreciate it. Let us begin the first semifinal matchup. It is the Griffins, Family Guy against Archer.
This is gonna be brutal, guys. Family Guy versus Archer. Who's more deserving? Who has the better show? What gave you the more gut laughs? What's followed
Mayor
you from
West.
teenage years into adulthood?
Mayor West.
Do you think Lois would fall for Archer's charm?
I think she'd be
Good
tempted,
question.
but then she'd realize he's probably dumber than Peter.
I gotta say, I think the best bit from Family Guy in my opinion is that, like, was it 10-minute fight scene between Peter and the chicken to the White House?
Yes.
It was like 10 minutes long. It was just kept going and going and going.
Would you fight that chicken, Chris?
No, I'd eat it.
Or what if he
But-
tried to eat you first?
Is it a giant chicken or is it a guy in a chicken suit?
I've
No,
always
it's a
wondered
rooster.
about
It's
that
a
too.
rooster.
Yeah, it's a giant
It's like
chicken.
a big- I don't think it's a giant chicken. I don't think it's a guy in a suit.
So just a beefed up chicken.
All right, let's start counting. Let's see. Pete, you are Family Guy. Kevin, you are Archer.
All right, let us begin.
Maria says, she's undecided. Chris says Family Guy. Enrique says Family Guy. Scorch says Family Guy. Sammy says Archer. Austin says Family Guy. Bonnie says Family Guy. Sherlock says Family Guy. I don't know how Archer even got this far. Maria says Archer. Ricky says Family Guy. David says Family Guy. Sean says Archer. Frisky Gringo says Family Guy by a crippled dog hair. And Sean says it's a giant chicken. So, and Alexi says Archer. So where are we at?
I have 4 for Archer.
I have 9 for Family Guy.
Okay, make that 10 for Family Guy. So it sounds like there's no
It's
way
a
that
wrap.
Archer can win.
No,
That's it. Archer's been
so
eliminated.
Family Guy.
Guy
There's
moves
10.
on to the finals, right?
Championship. Yep, the championship round.
Okay.
And now for the other semifinal matchup, it's going to be Bob's Burgers against the 4 little pesky kids from South Park.
This is tough. Like, what do you love more? Chris, I don't know, man. This
This
is
is hard.
going to be some
I
tough
know who I'd vote
competition.
for, obviously, but
All right, so we have Bob's Burgers versus South Park. Everybody in the chat. And we're going to put a minute on the clock, guys. You have a minute to cast your vote, and then we're going to move on.
okay.
We're going to move fast on these because we want to get to the ultimate battle at the end, because whoever wins all the animation, they have to go up against the top, last week's top fantasy series, the week
Sci-fi
before's
fantasy
drama series, and then the couple weeks before that, the comedy, the best comedy. And then we'll figure out who's the top of everything.
TV show of all time, the ultimate TV champion. I already have a favorite going in, who I think is going to win the overall one, but we'll get to that momentarily.
A lot of votes for South Park. Sean says he hates everyone.
Wow.
I don't even think we need on them, do we?
All
I
right,
don't think there's a single vote for anybody for the other show.
Chris, you're South Park. Pete, you're Bob's Burgers. I'm giving you that, Pete, so you won't have much to do. Alexi says South Park. Sammy says South Park. Ricky says South Park. Scorch says South Park. Chris says South Park. Austin says South Park. Maria says South Park. Sherlock says South Park. Mel says South Park. Alexi, who's already voted, says Slaughter. South Park for the win. Sean says he hates everyone, so Sean's voting for Bob's Burgers. Alexi says Pete has the best backdrop. Ricky says Mexican Joker.
South Park.
Enrique says South Park. Sean says Bob's Burgers is far better. Frisky says Randy Marsh would destroy Bob. Ectoplasm on Rush. South Park. So Ricky's voting. Frisky's voting South Park. David Denenberg says South Park, and Chris Duque says Creme Fraiche. Yes.
South Park.
Yeah. That was a great one. And the happy endings and the goddamn shake weight. Here's some change for the bus. Okay. So what's the
That's
score
it.
here?
It was 13 for South Park.
I think there was 1 in there for Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, I counted one.
There was a
as well.
couple.
Sure was
So it looks
another
like
one?
it's going to be Family Guy versus South Park, right?
Yes, sir. for
final.
the championship.
This is it. This is for all the bacon on this one.
Oh yes. So let us begin. Which show is the greatest primetime TV animated series? South Park or Family Guy?
South Park or Family Guy, everybody? You decide. 1 minute on the clock.
The
One
choice
dumb
is yours.
One's dumb humor and one's really smart humor.
Chris Duque, this is for the whole enchilada. David,
Well,
Family Guy, crown it.
What's the name of that old creepy man on Family Guy?
Yeah.
Hubert?
Yeah.
Hubert?
Hey there, paper boy.
Yeah.
Come here, you portly son of a bitch.
Do you know who Seth Green modeled Chris after?
Mm-mm.
Ooh,
Buffalo Bill from Silence of the
Wow.
Lambs.
Wow.
wow.
Chris, did you know this?
Which
Yeah.
Chris?
You.
Why would I know that? I don't know Family Guy stuff.
I didn't know he modeled Chris based off Buffalo Bill, who's modeled off of you. I'm very
Well, what
confused
can
by
I
all
say?
this. I bet you're tonight you're gonna tuck it and you're gonna be like, "What you vote me?
Yeah.
What you vote?"
Jay did it better.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, this is the 30th anniversary of Silence of the Lambs this year.
Oh, wow.
Yes, indeed.
All right, we're counting down. Chris, you count South Park. Kevin, you count Family Guy.
All right, let's do it.
David says Family Guy, crown it. Enrique says South Park. Maria says South Park. Austin says South Park. Chris says South Park. Mom says South Park. Dad says South Park. Sammy says South Park. Scorch says Family Guy. Ricky says South Park. Alexi says South Park. Melraz says Family Guy. Bonnie says Family Guy. Sherlock says South Park gets the win for me. Chris is laughing. Sean votes Bob's Burgers. And Frisky Gringo says it feels like a battle rap. South Park already ethered Family Guy. What's the score, guys?
I only have 4 for Family Guy.
That'll be 10 for South Park.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any coming back for this.
I doubt it. It looks like South Park is our champion.
We're calling it South Park grand champion of this round.
So, I think Cartman would be proud of this victory.
All right, guys. Now we're not finished. We have other voting brackets now. We have the other 3 from our tournament of television that have to go up against each other.
Final 4.
The final four. So this is going to be a 4-way thing. Should we do it 4 ways or 2 and then 2?
I think 4 ways is the best way to do it.
I agree.
Really? That'd be a first.
So we have the A team from last week's.
Oh, sorry, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, whatever.
Last week was X-Files.
Yeah.
It was Star Trek, wasn't it?
Yeah, Star Trek was our best sci-fi fantasy horror champion. A-Team was our best drama action champion. I Love Lucy was our best TV sitcom champion. And of course, the newly crowned South Park is our best primetime TV animated series champion.
My parents were late on the vote. We had 2 for South Park, but it still wouldn't have mattered.
It would have mattered anyway, yeah.
And South Park. So this is a 4-way vote, guys. You can vote.
First.
This is whoever you think is the best. Whoever you think is the best in this. Star Trek The Next Generation, the A-Team, I Love Lucy, or South Park. Whichever one you think should win. Sammy also voted South. Oh, no, she voted. Okay, she's voting now. Right, Sammy? Okay, guys, cast your vote. This is it. This is for the grand championship. We're going to put a minute on the clock, and then we're going to move on.
The TV Grandmaster.
I have a feeling I know who's going to win, but...
Me too. I have a feeling who's going to win as well.
Well, it could be a surprise.
You definitely could be surprised. No one ever thought the A-Team or I Love Lucy would have won any of those other categories before.
I thought Murder She Wrote was going to win that that
Right?
category that week. Murder She Wrote did so well. I was just shocked.
Don't remind us.
One of my favorite episodes of I Love Lucy was when George Reeves came out as Superman.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was for like a kid's birthday party, and Lucy was trying to dress up as Superman and come in through the window, and she got trapped out on the ledge, and then George Reeves ends up showing up in his full-on Superman outfit.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
I've never seen that episode.
No?
No, never.
I stayed up late at night as a kid. I would watch Nick at Night, and I'd watch like Brady Bunch and The
Dennis
Partridge
the Menace?
Family. I Love Lucy.
watch Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
Okay, I am counting these votes, and then I'm going to defer to you guys here in a moment. I think you might be surprised.
Indeed. From what I'm seeing, you might be right. But this is definitely a new way of doing this, though. A four-way vote. Never did that before. Very interesting.
Yes, Jorge, you made it just in time for the championship, the final vote. It's the A-Team versus Star Trek The Next Generation versus I Love Lucy versus South Park. I'm going to list these off. Now, I will count Star Trek. Pete, you do I Love Lucy. Chris, you do A-Team. Kevin, you do South Park, okay?
Alrighty.
Sammy says South Park. Bonnie says I Love Lucy. Enrique says I Love Lucy. Scorch says A-Team. Austin says South Park. Ricky says South Park. Maria says South Park. David says Lucy. Sean says Lucy. Jorge says Lucy. Mel says A-Team. Interesting choice, Mel. Chris says Lucy. Frisky says South Park. Sherlock says South Park. Alexi says South Park. And that is where we're at. What do you guys have for each category?
I got 2 for A-Team.
Okay.
6 for Lucy.
I have 7 for South Park.
Okay. Let me double check your work here, Kevin, on South Park.
Sure.
Yeah, I might have missed one.
That's right.
So it's pretty obvious that TNG is definitely out, for sure, as well as the A-Team.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Actually,
we have 2 for Star Trek, my mom and dad.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Alexi says I would have voted The Next Generation, but I had no chance.
Probably
Okay,
right.
so I Love Lucy is losing to South Park by 1. And A-Team and Star Trek seem to be out of the running, guys.
Right.
So,
So, question to you.
I know
Do we
what
just
the
leave
question
things
is.
as it is and let people add a vote, or do we just start over again and make this like an unofficial championship round between I Love Lucy and South Park?
I think we can do it that way. That seems fair. So we're taking away A-Team and Star Trek.
All
Now.
right. So-
We already know people's votes that voted for South Park and some that voted for I Love Lucy. We have 4 votes, 2 that voted for Star Trek and 2 that voted for A-Team. You now have the chance to flip your votes and go either I Love Lucy or South Park. If you abstain, you abstain. That's fine. But if you decide to vote for one or the other, you surely can. It's not a problem.
And that's the game you want to play it this way, so we'll transfer those votes from
Yep.
South Park and I Love
I think that'll
Lucy,
make it the
and then
easiest.
we'll-
So,
Right.
Mom and Dad, you guys voted for Star Trek. Do you now vote for either I Love Lucy, South Park, or are you abstaining? Scorch has now switched his vote from A-Team to South Park. Who else voted for A-Team? It was Mel. Mel Raz. You can now cast your vote for either I Love Lucy or South Park. Mom and Dad, same thing.
All right. So South Park now has 8 votes so far.
We have.
Boy, let this be something. South Park being I Love Lucy. Boy, would that be something.
Mel Raz, we know you love the A-Team. So are you abstaining from this vote of I Love Lucy versus South Park? I think we're going to have to call it here in about 20 seconds. So you guys have about 20 seconds to cast your vote. But it's not looking good for Lucy.
Yeah,
Okay.
people said have a chance to transfer their votes. Transfer your votes.
Looks like Mel is abstaining.
All right. And your mom and dad?
No response. We're going to call it.
Oh, my goodness.
All right,
Are you
South
tell me
Park
that Matt
wins.
Stone and Trey Parker's cartoon is actually the
Dun,
all-time...
da-da-da, da-da-da,
Oh, my God. This is shocking. This is an upset. This is an upset. I can't believe it.
Confetti.
I thought Lucille Ball's show would actually win the
All
entire
of these
thing.
crappy notes and things
I can't
done.
believe this is shocking. This is
John
unbelievable.
says, "Screw you guys, I'm going home," and Sammy says, "Hooray!"
This is unbelievable.
And Sean says, "Boo!" So South Park has won.
Lucille
Now-
Ball and Desi Arnaz are rolling in their grave over this, brothers and sisters. This is crazy.
Now, everybody that's in the chat, we need you to say here. If you put in the chat here, we know you're still with us, and we will count you for the prize wheel. We'll put your name in, we'll roll the wheel, spin the wheel, and then whoever wins, we'll call out your name. At that point, you will have to let us know. You can reach us on Instagram at The Real Short Box, or if you know me or Kevin personally, you can reach out to us and give us your address and name, and we will get you the prizes, okay?
All right, let me prepare accordingly.
Now,
wheel.
people have won multiple times in the past, so that it is possible that you could win multiple times.
And as we prepare accordingly, just give me a hand with all the names that are in the comment section.
Enrique, by the way, did you get your Dorbs figure? I didn't hear if you did or not, so I just want to make sure, because I did ship it. All right, are you counting the names, Kevin?
I was going to ask you, give me all the names that are still...
All right, are you ready?
Or have been now. Go ahead.
Okay, Sammy.
That's Sammy, okay.
Ricky.
Ricky, okay, he's still there. Yep, good.
Chris Duque.
Chris Duque.
Alexi.
Alexi.
Enrique.
Enrique.
Austin.
Austin, okay.
David Denenberg.
David, all right.
Mel Raz.
Elraz.
Scorch.
George.
Maria.
Maria.
Frisky.
Who?
Frisky Gringo. Frisky.
Oh, Frisky.
Bonnie.
Yep, we got Bonnie.
Mom and Dad, you voted way too late. Lucy, it would have tied. My mom and Dad voted Lucy.
Well, who would you guys voted for?
Me,
I would have
voted Lucy.
I'd
would've
voted
flipped-
Lucy.
Yeah, I would have flipped a coin on that one, but probably I would have went with Lucy as well.
Well, we all know who I would have voted for. So
Yeah. Sherlock. Kevin Sherlock.
Sherlock.
Jorge.
Janet. Jorge.
Sean. Mom. Dad.
All right.
Chris says, I'm eating chips and Mrs. Renfro's ghost pepper salsa right now, and holy shit, it's spicy and delicious. Nose is running and I'm sweating. Wowzers. Enrique says, yes, thank you. He's awesome. He's kicking next to my pop figures. Thank you again. No problem, Enrique. Glad you got it. That's all I wanted to know. Chris says, try the salsa. It's so good. And Scorch says, Terrence at Philip Rule. Terrence and Philip Rule. I got you. David says,
And Sean.
LOL, the late Lucy vote is hilarious. Yes, David, I know, right? It kind of hurts.
Was Sean in this too?
Yeah, Sean's in there.
Yeah, okay, good.
And you got everybody then?
Yes, I think I got everyone at this point.
Okay, great.
Unless I'm missing anybody.
All right, first prize of the night, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Let me pull it up. First prize of the night is... Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. She says internet is so slow. Sorry. It's okay. Don't worry about it. South Park's a good thing to win anyway. It's solid. If you win this round, you will win not just one volume, but both volume 1 and 2 of the Harley Quinn animated series. So, for those that have not seen it, this is your time. Since you are here, you are entered in to win. So, Kevin, spin that wheel.
Here we go. And our winner is Jorge.
Jorge! Jorge, you won, buddy! Now, Jorge, you have to give us your, either on Instagram, on our page, message us, or message me or Kevin personally if you have our number. And you have just won the Harley DVD set, both Volume 1 and 2. Thank you, Jorge, for being such a loyal listener. And yes, no shit. And I'm glad you think it's amazing. So I'm very glad you won. All right, next prize. Next prize is a wonderful bottle of Half's hot sauce. You get to choose your flavor. I will say they are currently out of the Indigo Fire, just to let you know, and the Killer Kiwi they're out of as well, but they do have about 6 or 7 other flavors that are available currently that you can get. All right, so this is for the hot sauce, Kevin. Let's do it. Spin the wheel, buddy.
Here we go. Oh, David Denenberg.
David Denenberg. David Denenberg wins the hot sauce, buddy. All you got to do is let us know. Since you do have our personal information, you can reach out to us and let us know your address and which bottle you would like. Go to halfshotsauce.com and pick your bottle.
You know where David lives.
Okay, that's for the hot sauce. Next up, Kevin, let's say we give away, something fun here. Let's give away, why not? We give away a Bob's Burger Complete Season DVD set.
Hey, let's do it.
Why not? Bob's Burgers. Kevin, spin the wheel.
Spinning, 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 spinning. And the winner is Mel Raz.
Mel Raz, congratulations. All right, again, those that are winning, let us know on our Instagram page or message us personally if you know our information, and let us know your name, address, and we will get these items shipped out to you. So Mel Raz, you win the Bob's Burger Complete First Season DVD set. And next up, let's give away, Kevin, how about a hat? Do you feel like giving away a hat? What do you think about a hat?
The one we're wearing?
Yeah, let's give away the one right off our heads.
Yes.
We're going to give away a Splattered Frog hat, everybody. So let's do that. Let's give away a hat. Now, once you win, you let us know. You can choose between a trucker hat like this with the mesh, or you can choose a cotton back hat. It's fully enclosed. You can get either one. You have to let us know, and then your name and address on Instagram or our personal information. So, Kevin, spin the wheel.
For the hat, let's see who wins. It's Janet.
Janet Rodriguez?
Yes.
Nice. Janet, you win a Splattered Frog hat. Now you'll have to let us know if you want the trucker style or the cotton back. So Janet wins the hat.
All right. What's the next prize?
Okay. We've got another prize. It is going to be this is an interesting one because this is particularly from Chris Turner's personal collection. He can autograph it for you if you would like, but he will be giving away a couple seasons of South Park that he has, that he personally owns. He's going to be sending it to you because Chris really wants, I know you, Chris, he really wants people to see South Park, to love it as much as he does. So he's going to throw in a couple seasons for you. I don't know which seasons they're going to be. He probably doesn't even know at this point.
So basically, if you are upset about I Love Lucy winning, this will help bring your heart to South Park.
So, South Park DVDs. Kevin, spin the wheel.
Here we go.
We might be having trouble with the wheel.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sticks. Like,
Especially have this internet connection thing.
yeah, totally understand.
All right. The winner is Frisky.
Frisky Gringo wins South Park DVDs from Chris's personal collection that he's going to mail to you. That's awesome. And let's start with the next one then. Let's just keep this train rolling. Next prize. Let me see if I can find it here. I'm so sorry. It's kind of stuck in here. I'm going to bring it up on my phone since I can't actually see it. I want to see what it's labeled as. So give me one moment. I'm so sorry, everybody. Shoot. I wonder why I can't find it. Okay, here it is. This is on my phone. I apologize. I can't figure out the name of the file to show you what it is on the actual screen. So this is Family Guy trilogy of Star Wars on Blu-ray. Right there. Sealed, beautiful case with Stewie as Darth Vader.
A little more to the right, a little more to the right.
It's just hard to see.
Yeah, there we go. You can see a little bit more.
That's better? Okay.
Yeah.
You'll win that. So, thank you,
Let us
Scorch.
begin.
Appreciate it. Frisky says, much appreciated, Chris. Been wanting to catch up for forever now. David says, I will trade my hot sauce for the Kang shirt. Just throwing it out there. All right.
Do you know what season that you left off on? Let me know in the chat if you do.
Yeah, Frisky, let him know. Okay, spin the wheel, Kevin. Family Guy.
All right. The winner is Sean,
Sean Leonard?
apparently.
Sean, you win the Family Guy trilogy Star Wars Blu-ray set, buddy. Congratulations, my friend. Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap.
Does that one have the something, 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 something dark side?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin, we're going to split these up. Oh, okay. All right, Sam. I already got Jorge's information. That's great. All right, so here we go. This is for a Amazon $25 gift card.
I forgot to say I'm here.
I'm here.
Chat, yeah.
All right, Kevin, spin the wheel.
Scorch.
Scorch wins the Amazon $25 gift card.
Nice.
Okay. So let me write that down. So Frank, you won a gift card now for $25 for Amazon. And I think we still have your address information, so we will send that to you. And last but not least, guys, the final prize of the evening, now that you've stuck with us. Now that you've stuck with us. Frisky, by the way, Chris said, anything is great. I was diehard for the first few seasons, so anything after 5 would be great.
No problem. Gotcha.
Okay, so King shirt. Here's what it looks like. Now, by the way, you can get it in white, you can get it in black, but if you don't get it in purple, you're whack. That's the best rhyme I could do because this purple shirt is fire. So if you don't get it, we're gonna have a talk. So whoever's the winner of this is to me this is the best prize of the night. It's beautiful. It's an original piece done by an artist that we're having make this for us. It's so special to have this available for people. So I'm very happy. So this is a big prize. Kevin, spin the wheel, my friend.
All right.
Chris, they're in multiple sizes. We can get it in a bunch of different sizes for the shirt.
Ricky,
Ricky Barnett?
you got it.
Ricky, you won the King shirt, buddy.
I think he'll definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. Ricky, congratulations, my friend. Wow, this is great. Such an eclectic, such a fun group of people that won this. So just to mention this really quickly, since you might not have been paying attention. The Harley Quinn DVD set went to Jorge. The hot sauce went to David Denenberg. Bob's Burgers DVD went to Mel Raz. The Splattered Frog hat went to Janet Rodriguez. The South Park DVD personal collection went to Frisky Gringo. The Family Guy Blu-ray set of Star Wars went to Sean. The Amazon gift card went to Scorch. And the King t-shirt went to Ricky Barnett. So, guys, congratulations to everyone. Thank you for being on the show, for participating in this. We did all of this in less time than we did a couple of these other pods, so this is amazing. I'm so happy. Definitely check out halfshotsauce.com. Check out splatteredfrog.com. Guys, please help us out and purchase some hot sauce, purchase a hat or a shirt, something like that from these guys. These are our sponsors. They are able to provide us with funding to keep this going because they're able to get funding from the things that people purchase. So please, if you get a chance, check them out and throw some money their way if you have a dollar or two to spare. We've got some swapping ideas going on here. We got Ricky says, sweet, congratulations, glad you won. Chris says, congrats, everyone. Sean says, Mel, want to swap Bob's, it's not...
Bob's Burgers for Family Guy?
Oh, I see. Okay, so Sean says, want to swap Bob's for Family Guys, because Sean has the Family Guy Star Wars. So, I'll tell you what, I will put you both in contact if you don't hear back from the others, just in case. Frisky says better than Christmas. Really blown away, says Frisky. Thank you again. Oh, no problem, buddy. Kang Rock says Scorch. Sean says that hot sauce is fire. Get it. Chris says Frisky, try to get me your info by the end of the week if possible. Chris, I can get that to you, no problem. He'll give it to me. Mel says thank you. You're welcome, Mel, and let Sean know if you want to do the trade. Frisky says, is Splattered Frog a Beavis and Butthead reference? I don't believe it is. Is it, Chris?
No, I think he was talking about it. Was it 2 weeks ago when he was on the show? He was talking about where Splattered Frog came from. Is that he saw a frog that was like killed in the road, and he says better than murdering wife was Splattered Frog or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Scorch says this is the best nostalgia show on YouTube. Thank you so much, Scorch. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Sean says thanks, guys. My show lost, but I'm a winner. Yes, you
That's
were.
right. Yes, you are.
And David says, thanks, guys. I will use the sauce on my eggs and tacos. David, definitely look at the sauces on Half's Hot Sauce and see what you want to order. If you do want to purchase a bottle of hot sauce and throw it in with your order, I'm sure he can give you that, and throw that in and maybe discount your shipping then as well, because it won't be probably too much more to go from one bottle to two shipping-wise. Frisky says he just friended you on Facebook, Chris, so he'll get you that information. And with that, guys, I think that's going to wrap us up. This has been the end of our Clash of the TV Titans, with South Park winning the ultimate prize of being the best television show on TV. That says something. Yeah, Chris is very happy.
Never predicted that, but hey.
Me neither. Me neither. Thank you, Chris, for being our ever-present guest on here. We always appreciate it. And our thanks to you, Pete, for being our new guest on here. Pete has a YouTube page. It's 10's TARDIS. That's the number 10 with an S, and then TARDIS, TARDIS, I believe.
Support Pete's show.
Subscribe to him. Support his YouTube pages and shows on there. Let's see. Maria says this was a hoot. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Dorito Loco says David, he's going to put hot sauce on that. Have fun with that. And guys, thank you. And congratulations to all of our winners on this. This was a lot of winners. We love all you guys. Thank you for being on, and thank you for being a part of our podcast. And if we don't see you out and about well, actually, let me just mention one more thing really quickly. Next week, we're going to do a very short podcast, about an hour, and it's going to be about Loki, all things Loki. So tune in for that. We're going to be talking about the show, the history of Loki, comic book stories of Loki, fun stuff like that. So be sure to tune in next Monday, August 2nd. It's a very special day because it's just one day before my birthday. So check it out. Listen in, and we'll see you next Monday. And if we don't see you out and about anytime soon, perhaps we will see you
at the mysterious, powerful, but real comic book shop.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for coming out. Please leave a like.